Be concise. Avoid unnecessary details. Being concise in writing. Chapter 2 of a thesis. Writing Chapter 2 of a thesis, the literature review, requires presenting relevant studies and theories related to the research topic. However, it is crucial to be concise by avoiding unnecessary details. A concise literature review ensures clarity, focus, and relevance, helping readers easily understand how existing research relates to the current study. Being concise does not mean oversimplifying information. Rather, it involves presenting only essential content in a clear and straightforward manner. First, importance of being concise in Chapter 2. A. Enhances clarity and focus. A concise literature review allows readers to quickly grasp the core ideas without being overwhelmed by excessive information. When the review includes only essential details, the connection between the literature and the research topic becomes clearer. For example, instead of providing lengthy descriptions of unrelated studies, focus only on those that directly contribute to understanding the research problem. B. Improves relevance. Conciseness ensures that every piece of information included in Chapter 2 serves a purpose. Unnecessary background information, overly detailed explanations, or tangential discussions can distract from the main objectives. Each section should highlight how the reviewed literature supports the current research, emphasizing relevance over volume. TC saves readers time. Academic readers, including thesis advisors and examiners, prefer well-organized and concise literature reviews that get straight to the point. Excessive details may lead to confusion or frustration. By being concise, the writer respects the reader's time, providing a clear path to the study's significance. 2. Strategies for writing concisely. A. Focus on relevant studies only includes studies that directly relate to the research topic, questions, or hypotheses. For example, if the thesis explores the impact of social media on adolescent mental health, there is no need to elaborate on general social media usage patterns unless they directly affect mental health outcomes. Example: concise. Smith, 2020, found a significant correlation between social media use and anxiety levels among adolescents, highlighting the role of online peer interactions in shaping mental well-being. Example wordy. Smith, 2020, conducted a study involving 500 adolescents aged 13 to 18 from various schools, examining how they use different social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The study also explored how frequently they use these platforms and the types of content they engage with, eventually finding a significant correlation between social media use and anxiety levels. The concise version delivers the main point without unnecessary context. B. Summarize instead of quoting extensively. Direct quotes should be used sparingly in Chapter 2. Paraphrasing allows the writer to condense information and maintain a consistent voice throughout the chapter. Example: concise. According to Johnson, 2019, peer feedback on social media can influence self-esteem, with negative comments often leading to decreased confidence. Example: wordy. Johnson, 2019, stated, "Teenagers today are highly influenced by what their peers say about them online. When they receive negative feedback, it can cause them to question their self-worth and confidence levels." The paraphrased version conveys the same information more concisely. Just C. Combines similar ideas. When multiple studies present similar findings, combine them rather than discussing each study in detail. Example: concise. Several studies, Brown 2018, Lee 2020, Patel 2021, indicate that flexible learning environments improve student performance by allowing personalized learning experiences. Example wordy. Brown 2018 found that flexible learning environments improve student performance by allowing students to learn at their own pace. Similarly, Lee 2020 concluded that personalized learning experiences in flexible settings led to better academic outcomes. Patel 2021 also observed that students perform better when they could tailor their learning schedules. The concise version summarizes the key point from all three studies in a single sentence. D. Use clear and direct language. Avoid redundant phrases and complex sentences that can obscure meaning. Example, concise. Online learning platforms have transformed access to education. Example, wordy. It is evident that online learning platforms have had a significant impact on transforming the way students are able to access educational materials and resources. The concise version delivers the same message without redundancy. E. Eliminate repetition. Ensure that points are not repeated throughout the chapter unless necessary for emphasis. If similar arguments appear in multiple sections, revise them to avoid redundancy. Example, if the impact of teacher support on student engagement is discussed in one section, there is no need to revisit this topic extensively in another section unless a new perspective or finding is added. F. Use transitional phrases efficiently. Transitions between sections should be clear but brief. Example, concise. Building on these findings, the next section explores the role of parental involvement in academic success. Example, wordy. Now that the discussion has covered the impact of teacher support on student engagement, it is time to move on to the next important topic, which is how parental involvement can contribute to academic success. Third, organizing Chapter 2, concisely, AI. Thematic organization. When grouping studies by themes, ensure that each section includes only essential details related to the theme. For example, in a literature review on student performance, thematic sections could include the role of technology in learning, teacher-student relationships, socioeconomic factors affecting performance. Each section should briefly summarize relevant studies, compare findings, and highlight gaps without delving into unnecessary background details. B. Chronological organization. When presenting studies in chronological order, focus on how research has developed over time without repeating similar findings from different periods unless they add value to the discussion. Example, concise. Early research focused on traditional classroom methods, Clark, 2000, while recent studies emphasize digital learning tools, Nguyen, 2022, reflecting a shift in educational priorities. Fourth, synthesis over summary. A concise. Chapter 2 should prioritize synthesizing literature rather than summarizing each study individually. Synthesis involves identifying patterns, trends, and gaps across studies, presenting a holistic view without excessive detail. Example of synthesis, concise. Collectively, these studies highlight the growing importance of adaptive learning technologies in promoting student engagement. However, there remains a lack of research on how these tools affect learners in low-resource environments, indicating a potential area for further exploration. Conclusion. Being concise in Chapter 2 of a thesis is essential for producing a clear, focused, and relevant literature review. By focusing on essential studies, summarizing rather than quoting, combining similar ideas, using clear and direct language, avoiding repetition, and synthesizing literature, the writer ensures that the chapter remains informative without overwhelming the reader. Conciseness not only enhances readability, but also strengthens the overall argument by ensuring that every detail included serves a clear purpose in supporting the study's objectives. If you like this kind of content, click subscribe to be updated on the next tips on how to write Chapter 2. Thank you.